Jesus' name. Everybody give God a great, great shout in praise in His name. Come on, come on. Give Him a shout of praise in Jesus' name. Great students of Hampton University. There's none like us, right? They call us bougie, but I don't know. I don't know where they really get that from. But there's nothing like a Hampton student. Let's give God. But there's nothing like a Hampton student. Let's give God praise for being a Hampton student. I love the Lord today. I want to honor the SCA and the leaders and the leader, Miss Brandis Hudson. I believe she deserves a standing ovation. Yeah! Brandis Hudson, everybody! She's great. She's great. She's very sound. She's a great leader for the Christian. Now, we distinguish leaders as other leaders on this campus, but to be a Christian leader, you got to be on your stuff. Amen. You got to hear God. You got to know when God is speaking. You got to deal with spirits. You got to deal with people. But Brandis is doing a wonderful job. She's a great woman of God. And I say this lightly. I don't want to get too much because I'm a supporter of another candidate. But Brandis exemplifies a good woman leader. You're an awesome leader, and I do honor you and thank you. And another man of God, I believe God brought him here for a reason, is Minister Raymond Cullen, who we love and we honor. Ray, come on, y'all. That can do a lot better than that. A lot better than that. We love him. He is a great man of God. We need him on this campus, y'all. We really need him on this campus. He's a wonderful, godly man, great wisdom, sound. He's powerful. And anytime you need to talk with him, he's always there. And Minister Cullen, on behalf of the student body, we do thank you for your help. Because I don't know any other professor or dorm director we can talk to. You go tell your physics teacher about your problem. You look at it. Yeah, I don't care about your problem. But we thank God for Minister Cullen and all God for Minister Cullen and all he does, and all the SCA leaders, the STEP team. Yeah. Someone who is our age is not taking the time to find out what it is to live for God. So we have these fruits that are evil. We have these fruits that are not like God, that is driving us into the ground. And I believe with all my heart that we are the generation that will see the coming of Jesus Christ. Let me stop real quick, because this does not scare as many people as it really should. That Jesus Christ is coming back, and he is only coming back for those who he knows. The Bible says that when you get to the judgment throne, when you stand before God, God will say either one or two things. He will say, welcome in thy good and faithful servant, or he will say, depart from me, I never knew you. I never knew you. There are going to be people in the church where God says, I never knew you. There are going to be people, I wish to God that it's none of you. But sometimes we have to really get in reality that there are some people on this campus, many people on this campus, who will die and get to the judgment throne. And God said, I never knew you, because your works, remember Titus chapter 1, verse 16, your works denied me. Your works were abominable. Your works were reprobate. Reprobate means that you abandon your faith. Not abandon your faith. You have gotten so far away from the hope of salvation that you can never be saved. It's because of what you do, God says, I never knew you. You have to check your actions, y'all. You have to check what you do, your motives, your intent. The book of Hebrews says to us that God searches all things. God knows the very intent and the motives of your heart. See, he doesn't search your outward appearance like man does. No. He doesn't search it. You can thank God real good. Some of you can worship God, and the preacher talked about this last night. Some of you can worship and praise God real good. but God looks at the heart. God looks at the heart. And he says, I want to know, what is your motive? Why are you really getting that degree? Why do you really want to go on Wall Street? Why do you really want to become a doctor? Why do you really, it's because you want to be a filthy, lucrative person, one who goes after money? Is that your main motive? God says, I want to search your heart. Are you seeking this degree to serve me? Are you seeking this degree to glorify me because it's all about Jesus? Or is it all about you? Your heart, your heart. God is looking at the heart. And the children of Israel's heart was evil. As a whole, the generation was evil. And let me tell you what God did. We talk all the time about the mercy of God, and we talk about his forgiveness and his greatness. But the Bible says that he delivered them into the hands of spoilers. Y'all, let me tell you this. The time is now to get it right with God. Why? Because he is faithful. He is gracious. Oh yes, he's a merciful God. But God also has wrath. And the wrath of God is nothing to play with, y'all. When God pronounces something on you, I believe AIDS and HIV. I believe, in spite of the scientific denotation of it, I believe that it's an actual famine and pestilence of God. I believe that AIDS and HIV was pronounced by God because he knew fornication, sex outside of marriage, was going to come up on the uprise. So he said, if they're not going to listen to my word, I'm going to pronounce a famine on them that's going to deliver them. And most of the times, those who have HIV and AIDS, they fall into a place where they have to seek God. God is saying, you're sitting in the place now where you don't have AIDS. You're not living on the street. You don't have cancer. You don't have these things. God says you might well get it right with me now. Know who I am now. Know my presence. Know my power. Know that I am God, and beside me there is no other. So 50 years from now, you're living the best life in Jesus Christ. Rather than living with diabetes. Rather than living with cancer. God says you can have the best life. I tell the young people at my home church, who are a lot younger than us, I say the reason why our leaders are trying to get us saved, because they know if we start out now living for God, we will live the best life when we're their age. They're telling us, don't go that route, because we know that way. We've been that way. And look at us now. Some of us are living life now. But my father always told me, he said, I'm 7 years behind. Because when he was 17 years old, he decided to turn away from God. And he said, I'm 7 years behind. If I would have stayed in God, I would have been a lot further. Some of you, and it's horrible, but it's true. You're going to get to a place in God, and some of you have already done it now, that you're going to leave God. You're going to forsake him, and you're going to neglect him. Some of you have gotten to college and have gone crazy. If your mom and dad knew some of the stuff you were doing, your mom and dad will go crazy. If God, well, he sees it all anyway, he will fall off the throne because of the way you have gone crazy and you've gone wild. And God, you're going to get yourself in a place where you're looking back 20 years from now and saying, if I would have stayed with God, if I would have lived for God when I was at Hampton University, I would already be the CEO. I would already be the top surgeon. I would already be the president of the United States. But I left God and I left the will of God. I decided to do my own thing. I believe the scriptures say in verse 19, it said they corrupted themselves and more than their fathers in the following other gods. They bowed unto them, and they ceased not from their own doings. Their own doings. They said, it's all about me. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to hang out with the people I want to hang out. I'm going to have all the sex I want. I'm going to go into every club I want to go to. I'm going to dance like I'm a prostitute. I'm going to act like I'm a pimp. I'm going to do all these things. And let's even back up from that, because we think those are the major sins when they're not even the major sins. You're going to lie all you want to, deceive like you deceive, act like phony, the Bible calls it a form of godliness. You have a form of godliness, but if they would display you by yourself, you would be evil in the sight of God. God says, I search the intent of the heart, the motives of the heart. And if your motives in your heart is wrong, the outward appearance will show it. Amen. I don't care how many positions you have on the SGA.